Hi, my name is Kristene Kelly, and I am the Senior Associate Athletic Director and Senior Woman Administrator at Dartmouth College. Go Big Green. And today I have the opportunity to interview two wonderful athletic directors, starting with Amanda Braun, who is the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee Athletic Director, and Tim Leonard, who is also the Athletic Director, but at Towson University. So Amanda, beyond the student-athlete experience, what other intrinsic benefits are there to completing a major facility project?
Well, everything I've been involved in, just the feeling of accomplishment and the energy that can bring to an athletic department, your student athletes, and even the university, if it's a major project, certainly feels good. You feel like you're aspiring to a different level.
Excellent, excellent. So Tim, how do you balance the needs for your revenue sports with those of your Olympic sports?
Well, I think you try to look at ways that you can share in the benefits, so that you can be as efficient as possible in designs, but also in your costs, so that if you're going to build something for somebody, how can it benefit all and everybody? But at the same token, you also understand that you have to make sure that your revenue sports are as competitive as possible, because when they win, we all win.
Exactly. So what would you say, what are some of the decision-making variables that go into play as you decide on those projects?
Well, again, costs are always going to be a factor in that, but as much as costs, it's also funding, right? Who's going to step up? Is it donor-driven? Is it university-driven? And then that will drive which project we do and when.
So Amanda, you've had video boards installed, new locker rooms, different new scoreboards. So how early do you start the process of raising funds and deciding how do you do what you do to build new facilities or enhance your facilities?
Sure. Well, I've been in a private institution and a public institution, and those processes can be different. So in a public university, you need to get to a certain point of approvals through the state, the university and the state, before you can be assured that when you tell your donors this project's going to happen, that it actually will. At a private institution, it's a lot more about, this is a great idea, let's talk about the idea and then let's make this happen. And bringing your donors along through that process. But always creating the case and the story and inspiring people is the baseline.
So Tim, additionally, how much of a project is planned prior to bringing in a lead gift?
I would say quite a bit of it is, because you have to have an idea of what it is that you're trying to accomplish, right? So you have to understand what the concept is, what it would look like, and what you're talking about from a cost perspective, before you can really go out then and start selling that vision.
Right.
And so it's important, and that's the challenge, is if you don't have the money yet, how do you start a project just so that you can develop the concept, develop the vision, so that you can then go out and sell it.
Right. So Amanda, how much time do you personally spend on the nitty-gritty of project design or just any sort of facility project you may have?
Well, anymore I don't. At Northeastern, that was a big part of my job,
Okay.
and I had a lot of fun with that. So it is certainly tempting to want to dive in. But I've got two very capable senior administrators who handle that. Our facilities and branding, we have a work group within our department that actually focuses on small projects and then some of the larger ones. So they're involved. They pull me in when I need to be, and on front end certainly when we're trying to get it approved through state process.
So same question for you, Tim. I mean, are you really involved in the nitty-gritty, or is that someone else in your staff?
Yeah, it's probably more someone else on my staff, as well as across campus, who take the lead on really working with the general contractors and the architects and all of those types of things. Obviously, I'm very involved in the very beginning, from trying to develop what our concept is, what our vision, what we're trying to accomplish with the facility. And then as we get into actual construction meetings and so forth, I'll back out.
So I know you're both at Division I institutions, and we know a lot of times at D1 or D2 or D3 institutions, facility projects are just the thoughts, or the fundraising part of it sometimes comes from the head coaches. Is that the case at your institutions, or is it all on you or other folks on your staff?
Yeah, well, it's a team effort.
Okay.
For us. The lead is our development folks and the director, and we bring our coaches in when it's appropriate to tell the story. But we certainly don't ask them to solicit donations. They often have relationships that are really important that they help us cultivate, and so from that standpoint, they're really important.
Okay. Same thing for you, Tim? Is that
Yeah,
the
it's
case?
situational,
Okay.
right? Every situation's a little bit different. Sometimes we want that coach there. Sometimes I want them taking the lead on it because they have that relationship. Other times, I don't. I want to make sure that it's either myself or my development officer as we're going out and we're trying to make sure that the project that we're doing is going to benefit everyone. Again, depending on what the project is, depending on who the donor is, it's very situational.
So how much time do you think you spend on cultivating a donor for a new gift, for a facility project or something, anything that you may have in the works?
Well, it can run the gamut. You know, it depends on how inspired they feel and how connected they are. And so, and the size of the gift that you're going to ask for, how close is the relationship with the athletic director or the coach, and how much room do you have? It's very individualized and very donor driven as well.
Right. Same thing for you, Tim. Same
Yeah,
thing.
I think each places that I've been at is a little bit different. At Towson, where we haven't had a great history and tradition of philanthropic giving, so we're really trying to get that started. I know we just signed yesterday our largest gift in school history for an athletics gift, and it took us, we started that process well over a year ago, and it took us that long to finally get it closed, and it's for a capital project that we're working on, and so it can take a long time.
Right, excellent. Is there anything else you wanted to share with our viewers just about the importance of facilities, particularly athletic facilities?
Yeah, well, I think this focus on the student athlete is where we keep, you're carried away with the bells and whistles, and impacting their experience is what's really important.
Right. Tim, any parting words?
Yeah, I just think, to me, when you're building facilities, there's two things I try to keep in mind. Is one, it's perception, right? The minute somebody comes on your campus, whether it's a student athlete, a coach, just anybody from the community, and they see that, it creates the perception of what your athletics program is.
Right.
And then the other thing I always try to do is make sure I'm not looking to try to build the Taj Mahal. I'm trying to build efficiency.
Right.
What's going to be an efficient use of our money? How is this facility going to make the time of our student athletes more efficient? How's it going to make our coaches more efficient? Those are the things that I look for.
Excellent. Well, thank you, Amanda. Thank you, Tim. And thank you, Athletic Director Yu.